along again to Bad's Garage. Right, so as you know, we're making a start on the 7R, and I'll show you in just a second, but I've already found one problem, which I don't think is the main reason, but I found a problem which is easily sorted out, to be fair, but I was a little bit surprised to see it, but I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, I've took the tank off. I'll just show you. I'll show you what I found in the tank so far. Right, so I've got the tank up on the bench at the minute, and there's not a lot of fuel. It's a very small amount of fuel in it, and I thought, you know, I'll pull a bit off and see how bad the fuel is. Now I took the fuel off, and I spotted straight away there's a nice blob of water and some bits. Now the bits could be where I've, you know, swashed the tank around, so the bits I'm not really overly concerned about, but obviously there's a nice blob of water in there. Now I don't know how much more water's in there, but I'll see if I can drain all this fuel off and see if any more comes out. I know there's not an awful lot in it because it's only coming out the reserve, so I'll be lucky if there's any more than half a litre in it, if that. Anyway, let's do that. I've still got some more in there, but there is a fair snot of water in there. I can only assume that it's what's developed in the 3 years it's been sat around. You know, I think this fuel with any kind of ethanol in attracts moisture anyway, so there's a little bit more in here, so there is more than a litre in here, but I'll try and get the rest of the fuel out. It doesn't seem to want to come out too easily, but yeah, we'll get the rest of the fuel out, see how that goes. Right, so there's a bit more out, and there is another blob of water in the bottom. But yeah, I do honestly believe that the water has developed over the 3 years it's been stood. So, yeah, we definitely need to get this fuel out. Okay, so there is a whole heap of water in there. Is that really what 3 years of sitting around does? The fuel in your tank? Shit. Let's get this out. Fuck me, that one's even worse. Fuck's sake. Right, so this could have potentially been part of my problem. Is all of that is water, and all of that, bar a few centimetres on top of that, is all water nastiness. Whether that was in there before, I don't know, but I know at one time I did have a problem with this water drain being blocked, but it wouldn't have created that much water. But I do know of a couple of occasions where if it rained, water would sit. Water would sit in underneath here, and that drain is meant to, when it rains, water that goes down there drains away through that pipe and out the bottom. But this at one time wasn't doing it because it was blocked, and on occasion I'd go and open the cap to fill it up, and there'd be water here and a bit of drip in. But I think most of that is just purely with it being stood around, but I don't know. That's baffled me, that. But anyway, the tank's all empty. I've crafted a piece of wood with some rubber under it. For now, the Rustio's not come yet. It's not going to come for a couple of days, I don't think so. But for now, I'll just chuck some vinegar in it. The tap's out. It's not going to do it any harm. I'm going to chuck some vinegar in it, get it started, see how that does. Right, so here she is, 15 Right, so this year's 15 litres of 20% acid vinegar in the tank. It doesn't seem to be leaking. Basically what I did was I had that piece of wood, and then I chopped the sole out of a shoe, a rubber shoe, and plugged up the hole. Not sure how much you're going to be able to see in there. But there's a bit of wood. Yeah, it just doesn't seem to be leaking. So we'll call that good, and we'll leave that in there till tomorrow afternoon. See what that comes out. It's you know, it's got to do something, hasn't it? It's not going to do any harm to the tank, I wouldn't have thought. But yeah, maybe I won't need the Rustio, but that was not pleasant what came out of the tank, and I can't believe how much water was actually in that. Because what's that going to be? About half a litre of water in the tank. Because what's this jug here? This jug is, well, that's a litre. So it was, yeah, just over a litre, about a litre and a quarter of water in that tank. Shocking. So I would imagine it's quite possible that not only are those carb bowls going to be full of bits of air filter, quite possibly they'll have water in as well. But until I get them off, I not know. But we're not going to do that today. I've done far too much today. This is actually on the same day as the other videos. It'll be the third video today I've done on this bike. But yeah, progress so far. Tank's off. It's bunged up, and it's full of vinegar. Sat waiting 24 hours, or maybe a bit less. When I get home from work, I shall check it, see how it is, and we'll get back to you. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe. See you next time. Cheers.